Yo dudes! Welcome to Sushi Burrito. So this is taking traditional sushi and combining it with a burrito!
Yes! It's in a beautiful roll, it's much more mobile, accessible, easy to make.
We have some super cool fillings. It literally takes, 25-30 minutes to make. Makes great and that I could make for lunch the next day, for dinner. It's fantastic, healthy and delish.
And it'll last about 3 to 4 days in the fridge.
Here we go. First step, we're gonna make our rice. Traditionally, you would use a white polished sushi rice. We're not gonna use that. We wanna make this healthier, so we're gonna use a short grain brown rice. Typically, when you cook rice, you will never stir it because it releases starch and it becomes sticky. However, when we're using a short grain brown rice to make it like sushi, when we cook it, we're gonna stir it regularly to encourage it to release starch to make it stickier.
Okay, you finish your rant?
Yeah, rant over.
Okay, great. Okay, 250 gram short grain brown rice in the pot on a high heat. 500 ml of water into the pot. Boily, boily.
Wooden spoon to do some stirry. Okay, while the rice is cooking, we're gonna make our fillings for our sushi. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take a shiitake mushroom, we're gonna make a sweet chili sauce and turn it into sweet chili shiitake, yes! So take a shiitake mushrooms, chop it finely into strips, because sushi is all about strips. Time to make our sweet chili sauce from scratch. Enter tomato puree. So we have a 200 gram tube. We're gonna put in half of it. So David's black sauce, known as tamari.
David's magic black sauce called tamari.
In case you're late to this party, tamari is a wheat-free soy sauce that has a smoother, more rounder, umami
What
flavor
party are you
than
talking
soy
about,
sauce.
Steve?
Okay, so we've got 2 tablespoons of tamari. We have 100 grams of tomato puree. I'm gonna go with half a teaspoon. If you like it hot, go with a full teaspoon or even with more.
That's chili powder.
That's chili powder, half a teaspoon.
Okay, we're using agave in this because that's going to go through our rice in a little bit, but use maple syrup, whatever else you have. I'm going to go in with 1.5 tablespoons.
Beautiful. Now time to get a bit of acid in there to balance out the sweetness. We're going to go with 1 teaspoon of vinegar of choice. In this case, we're using a rice wine vinegar. In it goes. Give it a good mix.
Okay, so once it comes to the boil, I'm just bringing it down to a simmer. And remember just to stir occasionally when you think of it. Okay, so shrooms are going in there.
Yeah, shrooms in. In go our chopped shiitake. We had kind of a good handful of chopped shiitake mushrooms. Give it a good mix, get it marinating. Pan on high heat. Make sure you have a non-stick frying pan. If you want to add in oil, work away. However, we're going to fry this without oil. In go our shrooms. They will caramelize nicely. It will be nearly like barbecued shiitake mushrooms. Okay, while Dave's at, I've taken some asparagus. I have some new season organic Spanish asparagus. I'm going to cut the kind of more harder,
the stalky
bits off. I'm going to take them here like this. I'm not even going to cut them in half. We're just putting them straight into the pan.
These are nice, tender little ones. So these are going over the side of the pan. We don't want them going red, so keep them slightly separate.
We do want that colour to stay.
It's really just so that we don't have to boil them or bake them or do anything. Just get a bit of heat into them in the side of the pan.
Okay, another filling that we have is mango. I think it goes fantastic in that it's going to get that nice chewy, soft, juicy succulence. Chop obviously on the cheeks. So what I'll always do is without cutting through it, I'll chop it into bigger chunks and then we can chop it finer after that. Okay, next, another one of fillings that go fantastic in sushi is avocado. Ideally, if you can get a black one known as hassle, it'll just be more fatty, higher fat content, creamier, smoother, and just
more delicious
succulent.
and decadent. Okay, so for the sake of speed, here's rice we cooked earlier. So what we did was we cook it, and what I always do to leave it cool is I'll put it out in a baking tray.
You'll just give more surface area with which it to cool.
It cools far quicker. Now what's really important is the syrup or the dressing that you put through the rice. This will help make it stickier, give a nice kind of sweetness and a sense of kind of...
And acidity.
Acidity. So we're going in with 2 tablespoons of agave syrup. The reason why we're using agave here is just because it's clear. If we use maple syrup, it'll slightly stain the rice and make it go dark, whereas we don't want that.
Very good. So use some form of liquid sweetener that is clear.
2 tablespoons of vinegar, of rice wine vinegar, or any kind of clear malt vinegar.
Ideally rice wine if you can, but if you can't,
and a
malt
decent
will work.
pinch of salt as well.
And on she goes. And we spread.
So mixy. Okay, so rice is cooled. We're going to transfer it to a super cool retro bowl. Okay, so our fillings are done. Our rice is cooked. It's now rolling our
It's burrito time!
Yes!
So you'll need nori sheets. Nori is a seaweed that has been pressed and processed into be like
it's
a
super
sheet.
tasty.
Where did the nori go? Okay, take a nori sheet. It's handy to have a glass of water on hand for sealing it. So nori sheets are quite sticky. As soon as you get them wet, they will go like glue. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our rice.
Okay, so see that we've left about an inch, or that's 10 centimeters, isn't it?
I intend to overmeasure, if you know what I mean.
Oh, good one. Okay, so that's 2 centimeters at the top of the rice there. And I've gone right to the edge here and left a little bit at the end in there as well.
Try to roll it as thin as you can. It'll just make a smoother, more elegant sushi burrito roll. Okay, time to get our fillings on. Our favorite fillings, right, let's start. We're gonna try to go, this is going all out. So this is aspirational.
Okay, we've got a little spear of asparagus just running along there. I'm going in with a tiny little layer of kimchi. This is really just going to make it all pop. Make sure with your fillings to go right to the end.
Then last, but most definitely not least, is our sweet chili shiitake mushroom. Okay, time to roll our sushi. Many people have a sushi mat. If you don't, a simple way to do it is to get some aluminium foil, also known as tin foil, and fold it over until you get something similar to a sushi mat.
So we just use the size of the packet that it came in as a guide. So all you're going to do is you're going to start with the food end. You're obviously using the mat or the aluminium foil as the guide. So all you got to do is, just like sealing an envelope, you'll run it along the little edge which you've left.
And last little trick, just roll it up and give it a little squeeze. Just an extra little bit of love. And like most burritos, they're always served in a roll or a wrap. Obviously, you're not to heat the aluminium foil. We're going to cut it in half because there is two.
Because we're twins.
Just so you can really see inside it.
Wow, look at that. Here we go, time to get stuck in.
Here we go. Oh, I'm actually really hungry.
Oh!
Wow, a lot of flavour. Very good.
Ow.
Very tasty. Yeah, shiitake.
Jeez, that's a taste sensation. It's a taste explosion, really is.
Very tasty. Great mobile thing. Lovely to have in the fridge, take with work.
If you're gonna have a food truck, I think it's a great idea in a food truck. We first tasted this in a food truck in the UK. Sorry for talking about mouthful.
Really tasty.
Anyway, sending loads of love. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing if you subscribe to our channel.
And if you haven't, please subscribe. We love what we do.
And give them a shot. These are cool.
Thanks for watching. Cheers.